Hi, welcome back to my channel. I hope you can forgive the transitory state of everything. Right now we're in the process of changing some things in the living room. So, it's going to be a different viewpoint for a while, and I'm trying to avoid the glare of the kitchen's light, because it's like the sun, and I already am pale, so, I glow. I don't want to add to that, so... So I thought, I'll do my very best to keep it off of there. And the reason that's up there is because there's mirrors behind that and they shine the light. So I'm trying my very best here to make this work. I wanted to start off by showing you guys something that I've been working on. I'm actually pretty proud of this. I've shown you a little bit before, but I am trying my very best to make stuffed animals. But my kind of stuffed animals. So, a little weird, a little out there, And I think I showed you this one before. Now, this is just completely freehand. I didn't know what I was doing. The first one I made was very basic. You can go back on some other videos and find that one. But I've been adding to it. And today I added eyes. Now, I hope you'll like it. It's very weird, but I love it. See? I added eyes to my very, very strange, creepy creature. But I love this thing so much. I'm so happy. I still have to do the back part. But I'm really excited for my very strange creature. It's like a very strange creature. I don't know what it is, but I love it. So there we go. That's what I've been working on. And just to prove my point that I like very weird stuffed animals, I got another one from Killstar. It's too cute. I'm sorry. It's adorable. It's a little teddy bear, but it has like these weird horns and double eyes, and I don't know. I just think it's precious. But the reason I'm here today is I wanted to talk to you guys about, politics. Oh my, right? I know. Not how you think, I don't think. See, I know most people think of politics and they run for the hills and they don't want to talk about it because they're like, oh my God, or at least that's how it is in America. People talk about politics and they think, oh shit, we're going to fight. And I personally never, fought with anybody physically about it. Verbally, oh yeah. But I try to keep that to a minimum anyway, because it really doesn't solve anything in the long run. And politics is so divisive anyway, but I wondered how you guys in the UK handle politics when you disagree, like vehemently disagree, right? Because I'm sure you know some of what's going on in this circus called politics over there right now. I'm keeping track of it just because, it's like watching a runaway train. I don't know what is going to happen next, and it's terrifying. It's really scary to me. But I wonder, within families, what happens, say if say one member of the family or several members of the family disagree completely with another group in the family. Do you ostracize them from your family because you disagree with them politically? Somehow I doubt that, but it's kind of normal over in America to do that. I don't know why. It's this ongoing you're with us or you're against us kind of mentality, and I don't get it. I don't know why it is like that. I never really understood, but it's just ongoing, and it doesn't seem to stop. And I mean, really, if you look at the structure of politics over in America, I mean, it's two parties. If you include the third one, you're looking at a third party, which basically, essentially, takes away votes from the first or the second one. And I mean, believe me, I voted independent. I have, and they never have enough votes to even count. It's always Democrat, Republican, Democrat, Republican. That's all you get. And I mean, I'm sorry, but to me, like, inherently, the design of that political system seems like it's just going to collapse on itself eventually. I mean, it just, it's, you're with us, you're against us, you're on one side or the other. And I don't know. Maybe people are going to be shocked because I'm going to say this, but as an American, and this is my opinion, but I really think that the South, which is where I spent most of my time, and I was born there, I really think the South never got over the Civil War. They never got over losing their ability to do what they were doing back in the day, and they don't like losing control. And I don't know, I just feel like they're still pissed off. I mean, why else would they be acting the way they're acting right now? I mean, it's mostly southern states that are behaving this way. Not all, I know, but it just seems like this prevailing sense of entitlement, like, they want to separate from the U.S. And actually, if you look at it from the state level, what they're doing with their laws, they're literally separating as almost like individual little states, but more, like even more than usual. So, what you're seeing is if you go from one state and then you move to another, the laws are so different. They're so different, and they're separating. They're not coming together. The separation is becoming quite clear, and it's dangerous, and I just wondered how it's handled over here in England, because I know that politics can get very heated, and I understand that. I do. Anybody with a brain understands that, and why. And, for a few years when I was younger, I had the opinion that, well, why bother? My opinion doesn't matter. I can't do anything about it. What does my vote count for? But I was wrong. And I'm very happy to say that. My vote does actually, in the grand scheme of things, does count. And if I don't use it, then I can't complain. I really don't think I have the right to complain, because what did I do to change things? What did I possibly do? But I have noticed that there are certain people in the political scene here in England that garner a fair bit of hate. Nigel Farage, I believe, or Farage, I'm not sure how to say his name, but he's a rather nasty looking toad, not very nice person, from what I can tell. And considering his association with the Orange Nightmare over in America, I'm not rather fond of him either, really. Look at him. He flip-flops all the time, and I don't like anybody that seems to be even vaguely associated with anything where it seems like they are racist. And I'm not happy with that. UKIP, I believe it was the problem at the time. And yeah, it's a big bundle of information to go over there, but I'm just trying to skim the surface. Like, I'm trying to understand how it works in England and the UK as a whole. What if, you disagree? Does it come to blows? Do you physically fight over it? Do you refuse to speak to each other for years and years? Will you, like, not guns, but I mean, will you take up arms against each other? Like, literally, do you take a stand? I'm curious about that, because in America, that's all they seem to do. Because they have two major choices, really, left or right. And yet, in England, what I've noticed is there's quite a few choices. I know that there are, I do know that the Tories are quite prevalent, and I know that Labour and the Democrats, gosh, I'm going to get that wrong, I knew it. But I know that those three seem to be the most spoken about in the news, and I hear it come up quite often. But there are other parties, and they're not immediately shunted to the side, which, I think is quite interesting. And I have said this before, you know, I have not noticed an overwhelming dependence on how religious one political party is over the other in order to you know, retain people's loyalty. You know, oh well, I'm a Tory and, you know, I believe in God. You know, you don't hear that here, and it's really nice because, hold on, there they go again. It's getting to the point where it's like 3-4 times a day now. There's another one. Alrighty. So, I'm not going to edit it out because I want you guys to know what I have to deal with. It's funny. They're just right around the corner, and they just showed up recently. I don't know. I'm not fussed about it really, but it is loud. It is definitely loud. So yeah, I would really appreciate some feedback on this. I'd like to know what your experiences have been when it comes to politics in your family, and how you handle differences of opinion. Because I have noticed there have been times when my partner and I have been watching news or interviews, and I'm just watching, and she'll look at me and she's like, "You do know that they're arguing, right?" I'm like, "What? No." But she seems so nice. She's like being so polite about it, and I was like, "Are you sure?" Yeah, they're arguing. I have to be honest, y'all's presentation of an argument at that point was like, wow, that's unlike anything I'd ever seen. Because I did grow up with, you know, an English mother, you know, and she was very, very vocal. But when she argued, you knew she was mad. Like, you know, she'd scream and yell and throw things, and, you know, her hair would go all crazy wild and everything, because, you know, she would just not care. She'd just lose her shit. Excuse my phrasing there, but she'd lose her shit. And I just wonder, and I would really appreciate any feedback you guys could give me on that, because I want to know more. Because I've been trying to figure out what is the difference, like what is causing such a lack of communication over there. It's dangerous, you know, and there are things that are happening soon that could bring people to blows. And I only say that because Texas's recent passing of several bills, one of which is very clear: at the age of 18, you get a weapon. You do not need, actually a handgun. You don't need a license, and you don't need training or a background check. You just get a gun. Everybody gets guns. It's like Oprah. You get a gun, and you get a gun, and you get a gun. Oh, and of course you get a gun too. You know, let's not put money into like mental health, make sure everybody is capable of handling a gun. No, let's just give everyone a gun and see what happens. You know, and let's make sure that we make sure the politics are divisive, and yeah, let's talk about masks. We don't want masks. We don't want vaccines. And I just don't understand it. I don't understand what's going on over there. And it's just, it's scary. And I don't know how to express that to you guys. But it's like watching my country, well, one of my countries, fall apart, you know, and I'm actually scared. I'm actually really, really nervous about the future, like what could be happening. And yeah, if you could get back to me, I'd really appreciate the feedback. Thank you. And I'm going to try to be a little bit more prolific. It's very difficult because this chair is super uncomfortable, and with my fibromyalgia, it's hard. But I like coming on here. I love talking to you guys, and I'm determined to keep going. So even no matter how long this takes, because our sofa was supposed to be taken out of the living room about 4 days ago, and it hasn't happened yet, but it will. It will. Once that happens, I can recalibrate everything, and I should be able to have a comfortable situation where I can do my videos, no problem, you know? But until then, yeah, it's gonna be a little iffy. But yeah, I've rambled on enough. I'm gonna cut this short. Love you guys. Talk to you later, okay?